Hey geeks and gamers, I'm here to do a video response to Justin of The Legend of Leo, everyone's favorite Canadian. Sorry, BioPhoenix. He put out a video yesterday, at the time of recording this, where he showed off this cool idea where he had a 3x3 grid, and he was showing, he titled it My Favorite Games. And he had one column was console games, he had PC games, and then handhelds, and then he had childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. And he went through and filled in all 9 squares. And he asked other people to also participate. So here I am. I'm going to scoot over so I can put up the grid here. Here I am participating in this idea. I'm gonna change a little bit. These aren't my favorite games for one. These are more the games that I think sort of defined me throughout my life. Not all of these are my favorite games of all time, though some of them are. And I am gonna replace PC with something else. So I didn't really get into playing a lot of PC games till recently. So I wanted to replace that because I wouldn't really have anything for childhood or adolescence on that front. So what I did was I have 2 columns for console, but the first one's going to be console, like I don't know what you'd call it, like solo or like console, like I don't know, just console, and then the second one's going to be social, a console social game. So the first column are games that I played on my own time by myself. And then the second column is going to be, instead of PC, I'm going to do games that I think kind of helped me socially throughout the years. And I think either I played in a social setting, or I played with others online, or I played together with other people. Just something of that idea. So we can start going through. Thank you, Justin, for this opportunity to do this video. Hopefully you like it. So the first one is console childhood, and this is the solo game, and I do have my games over here. This one is my favorite game of all time, and it's a game that I played at a very young age. It is Donkey Kong Country. I love this game dearly. Again, it is my favorite game of all time. I think it has some of the best art design and music and level design in any video game of all time. This is my original childhood copy of DK Country. So yeah, this game is just extremely important to me, and I'm gonna try not to hang too long on these because I don't want this video to be that long. The second one is gonna be my social game, and I think this one's important. So my parents are the people that got me into video games. I know it's kind of weird. I think most of the time you hear about parents maybe buying games for their kids but not really engaging in that stuff. But I came from a place where my parents played video games, especially my mom, and she still does. And so through that lens, I got to experience some of the games that they liked. And this is Namco Museum Volume 1 for the original PlayStation, a game that I have a lot of fond memories of playing. And I think this game is directly linked to my fascination with retro games. I mean, over here, these 3 shelves are just full of Atari 2600 games. Because I just love games from the 70s and 80s. And I know that has something to do with this collection that has Pac-Man, Bosconian, Galaga, Rally X, and Pole Position. I mean, I'm a huge Pac-Man fan. And Toy Pop, sorry, and New Rally X. I'm a huge Pac-Man fan. Galaga is my favorite arcade game of all time. I'm literally I have a Galaga arcade cabinet here in my office I can stare at. Yeah, they introduced me to these type of games, these quick pick up and play arcade retro games, and it basically like shaped the way I saw video games. I never thought of these games as being lesser. I always loved these type of titles. So huge fan of retro collections, huge fan of games from this era, thanks to my parents. And then the handheld was tricky because I did play a lot of different handhelds growing up, but I think this one also defined my taste in games. My first console I ever owned was a Sega Game Gear. And so I'm going to say Sonic the Hedgehog. Just the original Sonic the Hedgehog for Game Gear. I could have picked multiple different games, but I do have fond memories of playing this at a very young age. I distinctly remember playing the Bridge Zone from this game, which has some great music, by the way. And, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the Game Gear itself, along with Sonic, of course, it influenced me in such a way that I am a huge Sega fan. I mean, I got Sega Saturn games out the ass over here. You know, like, I love Sega. And this is where it started for me. So that has to be my handheld choice. Adolescence. This is more interesting. The solo console game is one that everybody should see coming. It's the original No More Heroes. Now, up to this point, you know, like, I think around the time I got this game, which this game came out in 2007, I got it shortly after it released. I remember actually, my family were having a yard sale, and I sold some of my older games that I didn't want anymore, made enough money, and went out and bought this. I went to the store not really even knowing what I was gonna buy. I saw this on the shelf. It was rated M. It had a guy with a lightsaber. I looked on the back, and you know, it has like this. I don't know. It just piqued my interest. And this was at a time where before, like maybe a few years before this, I was mainly just playing platformers, car racers, those kind of games. But I was a young adult. I was growing to. I was trying to mature. So I started playing different games around this time. I played Devil May Cry, God of War, and those games were great, yes. And I liked Mortal Kombat. I liked stuff with blood, but nothing really spoke to me like No More Heroes. And I think it's because it had action and it had blood and it had, you know, like profanity, but it was also like weirdly introspective and odd and kind of, it felt like a statement about gaming as a whole. It was also funny. Like, a lot of this game, I think, kind of helped me around that time kind of figure out my taste in games. It was a toss-up. I chose this one because it was earlier, around 2010. I also played the original Nier. That could have been here too. But I chose No More Heroes because I think it had the most impact on me, influenced the type of games I like, and like the way I view games as an art form. So yeah, I love this game so much. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. Social was pretty fucking easy. I could have picked any of them. I picked Smash Bros. Brawl. Sorry, Melee. I could have picked Smash Bros. Brawl as well. In fact, I could have even. I think I got my original copy over here somewhere. I can get it off the shelf too. Enjoy the back view here as I grab it. Look, if I was meeting up with my buds to play some games, like, yeah, we might play a fighting game for a little bit, like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we might play a racing game or a car racer or something. More than likely, we were gonna play Smash. And we were going to play Smash for a very long time. And I have a soft spot for this franchise. I've played every entry for God knows how long for each entry. It's so much fun. Just learning the mechanics of each character they add to a Smash game, I think, is so intriguing, because Sakurai does a weirdly fantastic job with adapting any character to this style. And, you know, they always have cool content. Brawl in particular, I spent a lot of time single player playing this, but I'm just talking socially. Like, this was the game of my adolescence when it came to me and my friends. So Smash Bros, pick Melee, pick Brawl, either one. I think they're interchangeable. One of these definitely is my spot here. And then this one came a little late in my adolescence. Not this game in particular, but what it represents. So the Nintendo 3DS came out when I'm trying to think what grade I was in. I would think it was in 11th grade. And I got it brand new, and I was always looking for new games to play. And I had tried a game in this series previously and just didn't understand it. And that is Monster Hunter. For some reason, the only case I could find is for stories, so excuse, but this really represents Monster Hunter as a whole. We'll just say Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. We'll say that one, because I think that's the one that is truly important to me. I picked Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate up on 3DS shortly after it released on 3DS. It was, I was like 16, 17, somewhere around there, and I was making my own money for the first time and able to buy games. And I remember I was buying 3DS games whenever I could because I wanted to play my new handheld. So I did pick up Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, even though I tried Monster Hunter Tri and I didn't really understand it or get it. But I think I was treating it more like an action game. And picking up Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate and trying it again and trying it from a different perspective, I think the game itself really got its hooks into me. And I learned the game's unique mechanics and grind. And Monster Hunter is one of my favorite series now. Granted, and I want to do an editorial at some point, I don't like where Monster Hunter is right now, even though it is the biggest it's ever been. I think the series caters way too much to a casual audience now. I've played all the new games. I played Wilds earlier this year. I don't think they're as good as they were in the 3DS era, because there was a certain complexity when it was almost like playing Dark Souls or something. There was a certain complexity you had to learn with Monster Hunter. It was punishing. And once you learned the mechanics of the game and once you understood, it was so gratifying. And that's what kept me going, playing this game for so long. So Monster Hunter, we'll say 3 Ultimate, but really it's the whole series, goes into the handheld adolescent spot, because that's definitely what I played the most. Adulthood. This one was pretty freaking easy for me because it was the most recent in my life. Solo game, Earth Defense Force 4.1, introduced me to what you probably know me for if you watch this channel, and also just one of my favorite series of all time. I had got a PS4. I was like, I don't know. How old am I? I was like 20. I had got the PS4, picked this game up, and wow. Wow. This game is stupid, campy nonsense. It's just shooting bugs, shooting monsters, and I fucking love it. And there's tons of streams on this channel of me playing EDF. There's reviews. You know that I love it. I mean, there's even EDF characters up on my channel banner, along with Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes. So, yeah, you know me for EDF more than likely. And, yeah, it's a big part of my life and my gaming habits now. I play every entry that is released. I try to talk about every entry that's released. Yeah, this is definitely the game of my adulthood, I think. Now, social was hard to pick because, as an adult, I do game socially, but it's very casual. So I wanted to pick something that I did like gaming with my family for the first one. I did gaming with friends for the second one. So this one I wanted to do gaming with strangers. And the game that I've played the most online is definitely Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I love Crash Bandicoot, huge fan. And I love kart racers, and this game got its hooks into me, and it is my most played Switch game. And I know that's because I spent a lot of time playing it online. This game was a blast. Just the unlock progression system in this game was so fun. Seeing all the different characters and getting new track. They did new track releases constantly for this game. Yeah, they did just a standout job with Nitro Fuel. This was my game for a very long time. So definitely the game that I've played the most online. And handheld, I have my 2DS XL thing here because my handheld game of my adulthood is actually installed on my 2DS here, and that would be Shin Megami Tensei 4. I'm not really a big RPG guy, but I have been getting more into them as I have matured into an adult. As a child and an adolescent, I don't think I had the patience to really learn many RPGs. The closest I played was like I played a little bit of. I played quite a bit into Final Fantasy 12 as a teenager and liked it, but I didn't stick to it. I played some BioWare games as a teenager and liked those. Kingdom Hearts, of course. But talking like 40-hour game, like even those games, except for Final Fantasy, but the BioWare games, Kingdom Hearts, those games aren't 40 hours, 50 hours. This was a big moment for me because I wanted to play more RPGs. I wanted to really like get myself into try different things. I had a little bit there where I was testing the waters. I found out like I didn't like Dragon Quest. Sorry, Brian. I found out I liked, certain things. And I found out that I like Atlas games. And it's because of this game. And also I played some Persona 5, but I played this more. Shin Megami Tensei 4 is a fantastic game. It's probably my favorite RPG when it comes to like turn-based RPGs. My favorite RPG is Nier, but when it comes to like Japanese turn-based RPGs, it is SMT4. This game sucked me in a way that I had trouble finding with other games like Dragon Quest or even some of the Final Fantasies. And yeah, I played this all the way through, and I have almost completed a second run on New Game Plus. Almost completely unheard of for me. And this has opened my eyes into like realizing that I like Atlas games. I don't really talk about that much on this channel, but I like Atlas games. And I've played a lot of Persona 5. I need to finish it. Same thing with Persona 3 Reload. And I'm currently working on Metaphor ReFantasia, which is a game I really like. And I've even played some of the other SMT games, mainly Strange Journey. I played Strange Journey on here. And I have some other ones. I have Apocalypse I want to get to at some point. It's just a big time sink for me. It took me about a year to finish SMT4 because I do online content and I pick up and put down games, but this was a game I found myself returning to constantly to play. So I don't regret it at all. It's a game that I played alongside my friend Teddy of Majora T, and we kind of bonded over the game, so that was special to me. Yeah, great soundtrack, great game, great fucking... It's just wonderful. I wish they would port it. Please, Atlas, port SMT4. So yeah, those are my 9 games that I think shaped me. Those aren't every game ever, obviously. Look at my wall behind me. But, it's a good 9, I feel. So if you want to participate in this video that I am responding to from The Legend of Leo, I will have his original video in the description. And I encourage you to do this for yourself, because I think it's interesting to think about this concept and what games mean to you in that way, and to try to fish out like those parts of your life through video games. So yeah. I didn't even talk about the anime girls, guys. I didn't talk about the anime girls.